Subject to real estate explained on one sheet of paper. So the way it normally works when someone wants to buy a home, let's say this is the buyer, they're looking for a home right here, and what they do is once they find a home, they got to go to a bank and borrow money. And then the bank will wire the money to the title company or AKA to the seller. Once that happens, then the seller, simply put, will give the homeowner the key slash the deed, which is the ownership. Okay. So the way a traditional real estate transaction works is that the borrower is looking for a home, and then they will go to a bank to get the money, and then the money is given to the seller at the title company, and in return, the seller will then deed the property or convey the property to the buyer and giving them the key. Now, the way a subject to deal works is totally different, okay? As a real estate investor, this is me, and I'm looking for a house. And what I do is I work directly with the seller to buy their home. Because the seller already has a mortgage, like the example above, they've already gone to the bank and got a mortgage. Therefore, when I meet the seller, I'm looking for motivated sellers, and all I do is give them some kind of money, and in return the seller gives me the key and the deed. So in other words, we don't use a triangle like a triangle situation like up here. We're using a direct relationship where me as an investor markets and finds a motivated seller, right? And I work directly with them to buy their home. And the sellers, simply put, becomes my private bank because he or she already has a mortgage on their home. So all I do is I step into their shoes and make their monthly payments, simply put, okay? And in return, the seller will deed me the property, aka seller financing. So one of the major differences between a subject to transaction and a traditional transaction is that there is no bank involved because the seller on this transaction already has a mortgage with the bank before I even met them, and they're highly motivated, so they're willing to allow me to just step into their shoes and make their monthly payments. Now, it sounds very strange. It's hard to believe this types of transactions happens, but if you look at a HUD one, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong, line 203 or through 205, I can't remember top of my head. I'm freestyling. It says subject to. So on a HUD one, which is what Big Brother paperwork, it shows the subject to. So I'm not an attorney, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just explaining to you how I have bought houses with subject to, and I'm explaining to you on one sheet of paper. This is Mike with my real estate dojo. Thank you for clicking the like button. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy. Real quick, download my free book, Real Estate Investing for Beginners, the ultimate starter guide at myrealestatedojo.com, where I teach you how to find motivated sellers, buy their homes at a deep discount, and then have the seller become your own private bank. Subject to, get it now. One more thing, if you're looking for private one-on-one help when it comes to real estate investing, then consider joining my academy where you sit down with me one-on-one. 2, you get monthly coaching. 3, you get access to my best-selling courses. 4, you get access to my video library, and then the list goes on for just $97 a month. Join me now at mrnofluff.com. Lastly, the best six-figure side hustle, bicycle flipping. Want to see how? Here's a behind-the-scene video how I did it. Go to thebestsidehustle.mrnofluff.com. Now let's get back to the content.